Do you know that Adhomukha Svanasana is one of the most used asana in all styles of yoga?
Adhomukha Svanasana means downward facing dog.
Today we'll be talking about Adhomukha Svanasana, covering its mistakes, benefits and adjustments.
Actually, what we are planning to say, it is the 3 common mistakes which we see mostly in all our students.
So welcome to our Akshara Yoga School YouTube channel. My name is Saurabh.
I am Barbara. Welcome to Akshara Yoga School.
So before we talk about Adhomukha Svanasana, let us understand why do we practice asana. So whatever asana we practice, it is important to understand the why behind it. So the purpose of asana is to relax all groups of muscles, to slow down our breath and calming down the mind. So asanas are based on the principle of energy conservation, where we work on all the groups of muscles including joints as well as internal organs, so that we can go into a state of deep relaxation. And when we are in this state of deep relaxation, there is natural healing inside us. So always keep this reason in mind, that we practice asana in order to relax ourselves and to calm down our mind. Or we can say that the purpose of asana is to develop indirect mastery over mind.
Yes. But although asanas are very beneficial, at the same time, if they are not practiced properly and according to the principles of their adjustments, they can cause injury. That is why in every teacher training course we give a lot of emphasis in our adjustment classes. When the students go out from here, they are ready and they have the full knowledge how to place their body firstly and how to place their future students' bodies. In every asanas we have noticed some common mistakes everywhere. Today we will say the common mistakes of Adhomukha Svanasana. This is downward facing dog, which in Hatha Yoga we call it Parvatasana. Many times you can find different names in Hatha Yoga and different names in Vinyasa or Hatha Flow. This is according to any tradition. Benefits and adjustments are every time the same. We have chosen Adhomukha Svanasana, that is downward facing dog, because this is the most used asana in Hatha Yoga and in Vinyasa and in Hatha Flow. Let us practice and see the 3 common mistakes. So this is Adhomukha Svanasana. So now I will talk about the 3 common mistakes which are all related to the shoulder area. First common mistake, most of the students, they accumulate tension in their shoulders. You can see now, you can accumulate tension. And yes, and what we can do, we can go to the students and relax their shoulders. This common mistake happens because of lack of flexibility in the hamstring area. Second common mistake, it is that they do internal rotation of their shoulder joints. And again, tension is accumulated, but now it is with internal rotation. What we can do, we can externally rotate and make them relax. Pull away. And second and third, when the students are very flexible, they collapse. Yes, in their shoulder joints, because they think that by collapsing they enhance the stretching in their spine. Actually what they do, they no tension in their shoulder joints. What we can ask? We can ask them to bring their chest a little bit forward. These were the 3 common mistakes. Now, some people, they tend to have a round back because of lack of flexibility of the hamstrings. What we can ask the student is to bend your knees, lift the pelvis up and bring your chest close to your knees. Yes. And see, immediately. Like this, they will gain flexibility on the spine, and slowly they will have also flexibility on the hamstrings. Another very common mistake, I think this also, it is not only about the students, it is about the teachers. They try to bring the students' heels on the floor. We should understand that if the hamstrings are not ready and the Achilles tendon is not ready, then the heels, they cannot reach on the floor. What they can do, again, bend the knees, bring the chest close and then stretch again. And like this, they are preparing. Or bend one knee and stretch the other. Yes, like this. And then change. Nice. And then bring your both heels on the floor. Heels should be parallel. When heels are parallel, hip joints are again in their neutral position. When heels are like this, there is external rotation of the hip joints, which we don't want in Adhomukha Svanasana. Or when heels are very much out, there is internal rotation of the hip joint, which we again don't want. That is, we need heels parallel so that the hip joints will be in their neutral position. If you want to enhance their flexibility, you can slowly press their heels on the ground, only when they have this much gap. Otherwise, when the gap is very up, the student needs time. It is better to focus on the spine rather than on the hamstrings. So what we have to understand is that Adhomukha Svanasana, which is one of the most used asanas, it is not a very easy asana in the beginning, and it requires flexibility of the hamstrings. The rounded back in Adhomukha Svanasana is caused by lack of flexibility of the hamstrings. When the hamstrings will be ready, then the round back will be disappeared. That is why we encourage the students to micro bend their knees during Adhomukha Svanasana and bring their chest close to their knees so that they will elongate nicely their spine. The common mistake that students and teachers do, it is firstly to try to make the students to bring their heels on the ground. And according to my opinion, it is wrong. Because if the hamstrings are not ready, they will not reach. Hamstring, gastrocnemius and Achilles tendon. All these 3, they should become flexible. How was your experience?
Yes, it was very intense, I would say. I can feel the workout in my arms as well as in the hamstrings and calf muscles.
This micro bending was helpful of knees. It was helpful for your spine.
When I bend the knees a little bit, I was able to bring my spine in the correct position. And after bending knees, when I bring it back, my heels on the floor, I was more stable. So that was a very nice adjustment. We have to be stable in the asana in order to go deep into inner exploration, inner relaxation. And when the asana is stable, we can hold it for a long period of time. That holding, that immovability of pose is the key feature in asana practice, which your adjustment has brought it very nicely. So that was all about Adhomukha Svanasana. If you have any questions, please write us in the comment box, or if you have any other query related to any asana, we are always there to answer and help you.
Thank you.